We got VTuber drama. This is an interesting case. If you remember the VTards, if you remember those, then this will be an interesting case. Because this has been happening on Twitter recently. And I even made some posts and it's just been crazy. It has been crazy. We'll just jump in. You'll understand why the situation in general is crazy. Also, subscribe to Neevin. She's pretty cool. She's quite based. Akemi Kurai, the VTuber who weaponized trauma. Oh, she did more than just that. Initially, I've been following Akemi like most of the VTards. Eventually, I had to unfollow her because her constantly getting into trouble or constantly getting into drama, her lack of what's the word, impulse control. Eventually I was just like, no, we can no longer do this. Eventually I was really like, I can no longer support this person. She's just nope.
Hi, it's Neevin here. Akemi is not evil and crazy.
Yeah, about that. Doesn't she have BPD as well? If I remember correctly, doesn't she have that as well? I could be wrong, but I thought that was the case.
Bold statement. So let's actually look at what she's done, and you can decide it for yourself. To understand how we got here, we need to go back to where it started, before I explain why she's genuinely not a good person. So there used to be a VTuber group called the VTards. It doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, the VTards don't exist anymore.
A group called the V.
So the main victim here in the situation is Nines. Miku is a special one because it's actually not a woman, it's a dude. Then Saturn, obviously, and then Shiro, and then the villain here is Akemi, obviously, who is on her third Twitter account. Her third. Ban evasion.
VTards. It doesn't exist anymore, and Akemi is one of the reasons it fell apart. One day, Akemi made a tweet asking who wanted to join the group, and 4 people ended up joining her: Shiro, Nachisu Miku, Nines, and Saturn. After some time, Shiro and Miku didn't get along. Miku had a hobby, and still has it, of liking Nazi-related things, and at the same time, there was also an argument.
Pointing out, still has it. Yeah, that's very true. Still has it. Very true. Very true. But I find it funny how they all work together now because Akemi was being a bitch.
The group between him and Shiro about Lolicon. And by the way, during this period, everyone thought Miku was a man. But the drama didn't stop there, it only got worse. Around that time, someone named Buy Bitcoin started sending private messages to Shiro. Later, he posted the screenshots, but they were edited, and he literally changed Shiro's words in the conversation. This created a major conflict within the entire group, and in general, whenever new information about Shiro appeared, Akemi was always the first one to celebrate it and spread it everywhere. And if you think that's bad, just wait. Before she ever joined the VTards, Shiro had a miscarriage and Akemi made fun of it, saying she killed her own baby.
Like, that's diabolical, by the way. Like, that is just straight up inexcusable. That's just straight up inexcusable. I like this. By the way, this post by this motherfucker is just full advertisement because all the base people are here.
Shiro eventually decided to leave the group first. Some of Akemi's fans also joined in, mocking the woman who miscarried and even sent her vegan commissions with insulting.
What the fuck? That's crazy. That is crazy. That's diabolical, by the way. That's new information. I was there when I was all observing when this all happened, and it's like, bro, it's just like funny how the table table turns here. Oh, how the turns have tabled, in fact.
Messages accusing her of murdering her child. And that's when he started to notice a pattern with Akemi. Whenever she's jealous, insecure, or feels overshadowed, she immediately spirals into attacking people's most personal, vulnerable.
There's also something we need to bring up, because I find it funny how she says fake and or grifters. That is very interesting, because Akemi was on a Christian grift, where she acted like she was Christian, but then she would like do NSFW stuff, commission NSFW stuff. Not only that, she used Bible verses out of context to justify her being hurtful to others, which is really interesting. I find that very, very interesting. It's just weird. At least that's what I've allegedly heard. I haven't seen it because I don't interact with this person, and the accounts that she did it on, they're gone. So I don't know. I think Celeste said anything about it. And Straub.
Moment, and it doesn't stop at miscarriage. One of the clearest examples of this was in a voice call when someone opened up about a friend, a trans, who took her own life, and Akemi's reactions wasn't a shock or sympathy or even silence. She laughed. She laughed at the suicide of someone she never knew.
What the fuck? That is all new. I mean, I know that this woman has mental health issues and should not be on the internet, but that is new. That is completely new. Huh? Shut up, you demonic.
Because empathy isn't something she has. You don't need to know a person to understand that suicide isn't a joke. The fact that her instinct was to laugh tells you exactly what kind of person she is. Which brings us to this. The same person who mocked a miscarriage is also out here obsessing over someone else's private sex tape like it's her business. And honestly, the obsession is kind of weird. You're shaming someone for making a private video, something couples do all the time, while acting like it's a scandal, which is funny because, oh wait, didn't you say you haven't had much sex and that honestly the sex I've had has been mid or bad?
I also heard, again, allegedly, that this woman had an OF, but it failed. I also heard that she's fat, like the big chungus, but as a cat.
So why exactly are you so invested in other people's sex lives when your own isn't exactly thriving? Maybe that's why you're so proud. Jealousy makes people do weird things. And then Akemi posted Shiro's picture on her Discord because of course she did. She loves doxing people, so
yeah, exactly. Are you simping for Tubby Wubby? She also has a boyfriend. Here's also the funny thing. She had a boyfriend at one point, as far as I'm aware, during all this. Not only that, she is more confirmed, more overweight than Shiro. More the Tubby Wubby. So I don't know what's going on.
why stop now, right? She got mad that Shiro posted her own birthday.
Like, you can make fun of essentially overweight people if you are overweight. Also, I find it funny. Can we stop, like, doxing people? Thank you. Like, this is the most bitch-ass, the most pussy-made, bitch-mate move you could pull. Stop. Fight fair and square! What is this?
Wish list. So Akemi responded by posting Shiro's face right next to her Twitter post. Oh, I'm sorry. I also have a phone wish list. I guess only Akemi's allowed to receive gifts. My mistake. I'm sorry. I also have a phone wish list. I guess only Akemi's.
Is that... What the fuck?
Allowed to receive gifts. My mistake.
What is that? Was that Kimi's list? I've seen the things. What the fuck? What the heck?
And it doesn't stop there, because doxing Shiro wasn't some one-time mistake. It's a pattern. She does this to anyone she gets annoyed at. And here's another example. She didn't just dox this person. She openly mocked her appearance afterward. She leaked someone's identity and then laughs at how they look. That isn't confidence. That's pure insecurity dressed up in kawaii filters. After that, Nine's old porn name got leaked and she left the group. And the saddest part, her story didn't end there. It actually gets worse. This wasn't the first time she's being doxxed. Akemi herself pulled up her porn and forced people to watch it in VC.
Like, that's crazy. Like, that's insane. This is Akemi, by the way. Like, that's insane. Imagine you pull up somebody's abuse material and stream it on Discord to other people. Fair fight. Fair. Fight fair, die with the samurai. True. But even if I had, like, beef with somebody, right? If I had problems with somebody, I would respond with equal force. Being equally witty, being equally, mean, depending on the situation and what it is, right? If it's something that's like morally completely disgraceful, I wouldn't do that. But like, shit talk each other, fine, okay. But actually streaming somebody's essentially abuse material because she was abused and forced into corn, that's I don't know if that's a crime. It feels crimey. I have no idea.
And this is where Akemi crossed a line you can come back from. Like, what kind of person actually enjoys someone else suffering? Before I explain just how...
This is like the thing, right? She could have just... See, the thing is this, right? She could have literally just stopped engaging with the rest of her former friends, colleagues, whatever you want to... group mates, whatever you want to call it, right? She could have just done that. Created her own little space on the internet, her own little corner of the internet, and just done her thing. But she can't. She lacks impulse control, and that is her downfall. That is there's no way she can recover from this, because nobody is stupid enough to be friends with her. Because the moment you criticize her, the moment she does something wrong, the moment you're not on her side, she's gonna use everything that you told her in private. Get off the internet. Seek out a mental health professional and just stop. You have to be quiet. Nobody likes you.
Cruel this was. I want you to hear Nine's story in her own words. Yes, there was a point in my life where I did porn. I was in an abusive relationship. He isolated me. She did porn because she was abused, manipulated, and had no real choice. It was survival under coercion, not voluntary. I was barely 70 pounds, bedridden. He love bombed me, used my vulnerability. He was physically weak, mentally vulnerable, and taken advantage of by someone who groomed her. It took years to get out. I rebuilt myself. I'm stronger now. She escaped the abuse and rebuilt her life. Her past does not define who she is today. This is why I have boundaries around the NSFW. I don't engage in that dynamic again.
Yeah, I see it. Nines is also anti-corn, which is really cool, really commendable. And I think it's really cool that she recovered from this. Others would not recover from this. Because you're a honorable man. I just feel like... What happened to respecting people that you dislike? Like, what happened to understanding that there's things you just don't do? That is one of the things you just don't do.
Her strict boundaries are a trauma response. She avoids NSFW because she was exploited in the past. I deleted all accounts. Everything is now re-uploaded. Not doxing technically, but sure as hell not Christian. She removed all content years ago. Anything circulating now is all...
Akemi is not a Christian. She posts NSFW. She watches NSFW. There is nothing in this. She does this. She constantly insults people. She constantly picks fights for no reason. There's nothing Christian about her. Nothing. Zero.
Old re-upload material. Akemi digging it up is unethical and malicious, especially while claiming Christian values. Watching these videos and VC circulating them, trying to post them on my Twitter is unacceptable. Akemi actively shared revenge porn, watched it with her audience together, and attempted to weaponize it publicly. She knows my history, she knows the abuse, yet she chooses to use it as a weapon. Akemi knowingly weaponizing someone's trauma despite knowing the full context. This makes it intentional cruelty. It was survival, not a choice. I'm not ashamed of who I am now. Nines rejected Akemi's attempt to use her past against her.
Nines is very much, when we look at this, Nines is very much being professional here. Because it wouldn't surprise me if Nines had things that would completely blow Akemi out of the water. Or any of the former VTards would have this. I'm almost certain that they do. And they're not doing it. And I think it's really, really cool that the rest is supporting each other against this demon.
She's proud of the person she became. Using my trauma against me crosses a line no decent human approaches. Akemi's actions aren't drama. They cross basic moral boundaries. This behavior exposes Akemi, not Nines. This looks worse on you, Akemi, than it ever will on me. Revenge porn harms the abuser reputation more than the victim. It shows Akemi is hateful and malicious. So, what do you even call someone who gets satisfaction from humiliating another person in front of an audience? There's a word word for that, a sadist. And just when you think it can't get worse, it does. So
I would also throw possibly sociopath into that. Potentially. But yeah, definitely sadistic tendencies. 100%.
Akemi had minors in her server, a server where every single channel was 18 or locked. Here's a proof. One person literally said they were 12, and Akemi personally allowed it, proudly. You can call yourself anti-porn, run NSFW channels, and force people to watch someone's revenge porn, and then allow children into an adult's.
Because she is, in fact, a grifter. She calls others grifters, but she is, in fact, the grifter in this situation. There's nothing to be said. There's nothing you can say about this. She is actively also lying.
Only server. That's not just hypocrisy. That's dangerous. After that, Miku left the group because he got doxxed. People found out he was.
Also, it's like really interesting because I think this all spiraled out of control when somebody else made all the former group members except Akemi collab on Kick. That just completely, I find that really, really interesting.
Using a voice changer. He was actually a man. And then another pattern with Akemi becomes obvious. She always has something to say about people's identities, their gender, who they like, who they're allowed to simp for. So simping for a guy is gay, but simping for a woman is fine. Imagine being this insecure that you polish who your viewers can support. He apologized to you privately. Situation.
I don't know if she's gonna bring it up, but she basically was hate watching people and then banning everyone that was in Nine's stream. That was also on the Kimi server, which is really interesting. It's just really interesting. I don't know. It's like so petty and just like, I would also argue so just degenerate.
Resolved, and you still went back to complain. People liked him.
And there were like 2 mods of them of her who are like really pathetic. Not gonna lie. If they watch this, you're a cuck. She's never gonna sleep with you. Good luck. Get fucked.
That's not confidence, that's insecurity on steroids. The group fell apart until only Saturn and Akemi were left. They streamed talk about forming a new group, the Mafia.
New group with Saturn on hold? We have it in the works. I'm not gonna say much about it because it's a secret.
And then Bo left. And then came the moment everything blew up. Saturn joining Lucky Ian. So basically, Lucky Ian is a VTuber agency where there's a lot of nice people.
Yeah, there's a lot of pretty cool people, right? We have Celeste here. Saturn is there. Shiro is there. Oko, though personally I have a few issues with Oko due to some fucky wucky, but I think it's like so long gone now that it doesn't really matter. Then Mizu, Lumi, Miko. Miko's really cool. Go support her if you can. She's really cool. I like her. That's pretty much it. I think I know her from somewhere. And this person from somewhere. I'm pretty sure.
We're no lie. And Raging Bull, who runs Lucky Ian, is Jewish, and Akemi really doesn't like Jewish people. So
yeah, she really doesn't like the Jews. Dude, I find it so cringe if your entire personality is being anti-Jews. Like, okay, cool, you don't like Jewish people? Why do you make it your entire personality? I think she also had some problems with Neevin too, because Neevin is also Jewish, if I'm not wrong. I think I'm not wrong.
Oh, I guess that means we could never be friends, right? Since I'm Jewish? That's fine by me. I'm not exactly interested in being friends with a sadistic doxer who has full-blown main character syndrome anyway. And then it got even weirder. She added a whole new server rule because of me. All because someone shared one of my tweets.
New server rule? New? What does that mean, new server rule? Like, you can't be Jewish. or you can't follow Neevin. Or be subscribed to Neevin or whatever. How does that work, huh? Crazy shit. This is actually so... It's just so petty. It's just so petty.
Imagine being so fragile that a single tweet rewrites your entire server. And banning Jewish people or anyone sympathizing with
And bro, I'm right. She bans all Jewish people, Jewish sympathizers. Bro, I can't be in a... I cannot... Guys, it's over. I cannot be in a server. I have Jewish people watching me, and I watch Jewish people. It's over. Niara. This person's worse than Niara. If I had to be in a room with one of those two, I'd pick Niara. Because with Niara, you could have some fun conversation, like some critical conversations, without being insults thrown at. Where this woman would spam the N-word at me. Or call me a Jew. I prefer Niara at this point.
Jews, that's not moderation. That's bigotry. If my existence alone is enough to make her overhaul her server guidelines, that says everything about her. So yeah, he doesn't like he...
I feel like that's a compliment, though. I feel like that's a compliment. If your sheer existence makes somebody spiral, that's a compliment. I'd say that's a compliment. If your existence makes her spiral and go insane, that is a privilege. That is a compliment. Because yes, I do find it quite a accomplishment if the people I don't like fume about me and hate me and despise me, and I make them spiral. My mere existence makes them go nuts. That is perfect.
Ian because Raging Bull is Jewish, and because also she hates Mama Oko, a drama VTuber, and honestly a very cool person. So she expected...
Well, I do have my problems with Oko. Yeah, I agree. Oko is pretty cool. I'd have to say, it looks like and, but it's not and. And Hime?
Saturn to decline the agency offer just so Akemi could keep her as a friend. She even told Saturn, if you don't ban them from your server, I'm not your friend anymore. Manipulated much? And then Akemi took things to a whole new level. She doxed Saturn's husband and posted a private Snapchat video that Saturn had sent her and
what the that is something that's something I've missed. She's based. Yeah. That is something I've also missed. Great for making this video, Neevin. That's really cool. Because I've missed that completely.
Private. She chose to upload a video that was sent to her privately. A video of Saturn's husband. And because of that, it ended up in Kiwi Farms. And once...
You cannot trust Akemi with anything. You get her on her bad side, she will dox you without parole. This is not a good person. She's a piece of shit. There's no space for her here. Goodbye.
That happened, Kiwi Farms turned around and doxed Akemi too. They posted her full name, her address, photos of her house.
You dox somebody, you get doxed back, bitch. Deserved 100% once again.
And even pictures of her father along with personal information about things that happened to him. And now Akemi is doing the exact same thing to Nines. It's funny because you'd think that after you got doxed and after it clearly messed you up, you wouldn't turn around and do it to someone who used to be a friend. But I guess that's too much to expect. Honestly, I think you just want clout from people's suffering. You want attention, you want people talking about you, even if it's for something horrible.
Literal attention whore. That's like a literal attention whore.
I mean, your own mod literally released a full Google Doc about how you're a bad person. How do you even get to that point? How does someone who was your mod, someone who supported you, end up...
Your own mod dropped a Google Docie? Peak! Based! Thank you for this. more entertainment right there. Yeah, fuck this woman. Fuck this woman. 100%. Fuck this woman. 100%. Fuck her.
Up writing 17 pages. Yes, full 17 pages explaining why you're a terrible person and why people should stay away from you. Narcissist, manipulative, and mad because someone in your own community was getting more attention than you and your own server.
Bro, that is crazy. That is crazy. Insecurity final boss. Insecurity end boss. Like the secret boss after Insecurity's end boss What the fuck are we doing? Well, kind of based, though. That mini person is kind of based.
Just couldn't handle it, huh? Imagine being a streamer and crying because someone in your community is getting complimented. Like, seriously? Your viewer gets a little attention and suddenly it's a crisis. If you can't handle your own community showing love to anyone but you, that's not insecurity. That's envy, entitlement, and main character syndrome all rolled into one. Most streamers are happy when their community is kind to each other. You treat it like a personal attack. That says more about you than it does about meaning. And if anyone wants to read that Google Doc, it's packed with information. Way more I even touched here. I'll leave it in the description. And Minnie wasn't the only time.
Interesting. Yeah. This entire situation is just...
time Akemi demanded total loyalty. Is not a perfect example of how she treats her own community when someone drowns her spotlight even slightly. She literally told her server, if you support Shiro, you will be kicked. You must choose. Imagine being so insecure that you force people to pick sides like it's a custody battle.
Didn't she at one point also say that follow policing is gay? I don't think of that the exact words. Once again, proven to be a hypocrite.
That's not protecting your community. That's manipulation, control, and pure insecurity discussed as boundaries. And if you think the loyalty test ended there, they didn't. When the vtuber...
By the way, this is not the end, because Nines has been posting on Twitter quite a bit as well. And there has been new stuff going on right now, which is really interesting. That's really interesting. That is really, really interesting. But there have been plenty of people talking about it as well on Twitter now, and there's probably going to be more stuff happening. Expect a part 2 at this point, 100%. It's just like this person has no place on the internet. Straight up.
The small reunion stream, literally just friends hanging out. Akemi hate-watched it from the shadows and then started banning anyone from her server who appeared in the chat. Yes, she banned people for simply watching the stream. Imagine being so terrified of losing control that you punish your own community for...
She lost control. Let me see. How many followers does she have currently on Twitter? As of current time. Oh, she actually gained 5 more. Disgusting. Ew. But yeah, I can guarantee that this thing will be gone in a few weeks. This thing will be gone. Her account will be banned again, 100%. She has about 2K. That's gonna be gone. She had like much more at one point, and she could have built from there if it just behaved. But she can't do that. She can't help it.
Enjoying content that isn't centered around you. That's not moderation. That's obsession, insecurity, and straight up cult leader behavior. Akemi has a habit of rewriting entire situations just to make herself look like the victim. Take this for example. She claimed that Straub came into her DMs acting holier than thou and that peace was never an option. But here's what actually happened. Straub sent her a calm, kind message telling her to take the high road and focus on her community and...
This is from Straub. From Ref's wife. Yeah? Right? Okay. Hi there, I know you don't know me and you can't take what I am going to say with a grain of salt. I understand what it's like to be angry and upset over the things people say about you, especially when certain people won't leave you alone or dig deeper and try to smear your image. That being said, this isn't the answer. Jesus calls us love our enemy, yada yada yada. It's just, it seems normal. Seems normal. Bertha, some people want you to be so hateful in all your approaches. Again, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but Jesus Christ, I wanted to share this with you. Please remember that people are looking to you as an example of him. This is a completely normal, heartfelt message in her DMs. And that's what made her spiral? Crazy shit.
Instead of drama. And Akemi, she agreed with everything. She thanked her. She said she needed to hear it.
Ah, yes, a classic.
She said she wanted to rise above, and she added the message with thank you. Now suddenly she's acting like Straub was lecturing her. That's not standing for yourself, that's rewriting history because you can't stand the idea that someone else was the reasonable one. And now she even says she's a grifter who claims to be Christian.
Ah, yes, the person that comes to you is nice. Genuinely heartfelt, who's done nothing bad over the years and constantly gets smeared, is the grifter, not the woman that posts NSFW content that misuses Christian verses, removes context to shit on people. The person that watches corn and enjoys the suffering of other people. Yes, the person that says she wants to goon is definitely, truly a Christian. Definitely. Most certainly. Most certainly.
Really? This is the same girl who sent you a peaceful, supportive message and you thanked her for it. But now the narrative doesn't benefit you. She magically becomes a grifter. Someone pretending to be Christian. This is what narcissists do. When kindness no longer serves their image, they rewrite reality and turn the kind person into the villain. And then we have that situation. The one who said porn should be illegal. And then proceeded.
Yeah. Corn should be illegal. But wait, let me share it on Discord. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the heck up. I love how everything is just out there. The screenshots, everything. Ha! Get fucked.
To force people to watch Nine's old porn. So basically, her Twitter account got suspended twice, her Discord account got banned, they even limited her on second Discord.
Crazy. If you support Jews, you will be- I will ban you. I could not enter that Discord. I get banned immediately. I get nuked immediately. That's crazy.
Twice after that, and now she has a Telegram group since she can't get banned there. What exactly are you doing there? Selling drugs? Sharing porn? Or just hiding because it's the only platform that won't ban you? Just asking, you know, based on your past behavior. And since Akemi loves bringing up Nine's past, let's actually look at the truth. I mean, she must be a terrible person, right? Because Akemi wanted revenge on her. So clearly, that's all the evidence we need, right? Yeah, no. Is what actually happened. The first time Nines got doxxed years ago, around the time her old porn launched. The second time was when Kiwi Farms doxed her. They posted their username from the porn site and her full address. And there's a third time when Akemi herself dug Nine's old videos and forced people in her voice chat to watch them. So basically, you say porn should be illegal, and yet here you are on your Discord, screen sharing videos from Nine's past, her porn, her trauma, her abusive history, forcing people to watch it. And if anyone tries to leave the VC, they got banned. Because if you leave, it means you want to leave things, right? Yeah, because it's definitely not.
Yeah, they're using her name, and her name's everywhere. I've not looked it up. I will not look it up. I will not say the name. Because that's disgusting. The less people know, the better. Don't go look it up. By the way, don't. Leave it alone. Don't do anything. If you come across this video, don't just know to flip real gun on the stream and threat a viewer. Yeah. Bzz, dog, well.
Because people don't fucking want to watch porn together on Discord, right? Forget the fact that what you did is disgusting on its own. Sharing revenge porn, sharing someone's abusive past publicly to humiliate them.
Yeah, that fucker, by the way. First of all, he is a simp. He's probably the greatest Akemi simp I've seen. Second of all, this man is definitely getting cucked. Third of all, this guy's, by the way, misanders towards male VTubers, by the way. Just so you know, that's what Radrig is. The man is, in fact, the rat. Also base, by the way. Nani, she's pretty cool, by the way. Support her. Just saying. There's like a lot of cool VTubers in this one. Yeah. The rat is, in fact, he's not a rat VTuber. He is just a rat.
That alone shows massive mental issues, but forcing people to sit there and watch porn with you on Discord while you have a fucking boyfriend. Like, what is wrong with you? Oh, come on. You didn't dox anyone? You posted someone's photos in your server simply because you didn't like how they looked. That's not calling someone out. That's doxing out of spite. Leaking someone's identity just because their appearance annoys you. And Cheryl wasn't any different. You posted her a picture just because you were annoyed she shared her birthday wish list. That is doxing. It's basic level doxing, but still doxing. You didn't leak anything? Then why did you upload a private Snapchat video of Saturn's husband? The one that ended up on Kiwi Farms because of you? You didn't send followers? Strange how your fans just happened to mock someone's miscarriage and even sent insulting vegan commissions all conventionally right after you talked about her. Totally a coincidence, right? And now we're at the part you really don't want anyone talking about. Because this isn't drama anymore. This is dangerous, illegal, and outright disgusting. You pulled up Nine's old porn. The videos cite her abuse and trauma and force people in your VC to watch them. Let's be clear. That's not misinformation. That's not assumptions. That's not venting. This is revenge porn. This is harassment. This is humiliation. And honestly, it's sadistic. Even if the videos were already online years ago, you were the one reattached them to our current VTuber identity. That's not exposing the truth. That's redoxing, connecting a trauma to a person who rebuilt her life under a different name. So, a normal person doesn't do this. A mentally stable person doesn't do this. Someone with empathy definitely doesn't do this. You knew her history. You knew the abuse. Still choose to weaponize her trauma for entertainment. At this point, it's not VTuber drama. It's a sign you need to step away from the fucking internet and get
a therapist.
Actual professional help. Because when you humiliate victims, expose minors to 18+ content, dox people out of spite, and weaponize someone's trauma, people aren't lying about you. They're just finally seeing the truth. You didn't get exposed. You exposed yourself.
True. And with that, this ends. It's also kind of hilarious how she goes after people with, like, different identities and sexualities. Whether I agree with that or not does not matter at this point in time. What matters, however, is that you are... If you think that these people are as bad as they are, you are worse than those people. You are much worse than the people that I really, really dislike, that I have real problems with. You are worse. And I hope you get banned once more. I hope that this has legal repercussions. And if it does, you can't complain. The courts will decide. I'm pretty sure the courts are more on the side of somebody who just wants to live her life normally than, you know, somebody actively spreading adult stuff of that person on Discord. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, and fuck that bitch.